Good morning. Today's video will serve the purpose for the UG Sem 1 students of English Honours, and this video will also serve the purpose for the revision of Edmund Spenser's wonderful poem, One Day I Wrote Her Name Upon the Strand. Now, this poem is a part of Edmund Spenser's sonnet sequence known as Amoretti. Amoretti is a Latin word which in English translates as little loves. Edmund Spenser was a renowned poet of the Elizabethan age, and we see the brilliant qualities of the Renaissance flowering in Edmund Spenser. And Edmund Spenser's major work, or his magnum opus, can be called The Fairy Queen. So, along with Amoretti, Edmund Spenser had also written poems like The Fairy Queen, Epithalamion, Prothalamion, The Shepherd's Calendar, and Complaints. But let us concentrate for the time being on the poem One Day I Wrote Her Name Upon the Strand, which is sonnet number 75. We must also remember that Amoretti as a sonnet sequence has 89 sonnets, out of which you are going to study sonnet number 75, which is One Day I Wrote Her Name Upon the Strand. What is the literal interpretation of One Day I Wrote Her Name Upon the Strand? This is a love poem where we see that a lover is trying to etch the name of his beloved on the beach, that is the strand. But the waves of the sea come and wipe it off. And this frustrates the beloved, and she asks that why are you doing, or why are you engaging in this vain attempt of etching my name on the strand, because it is obvious that my name is going to be wiped off. So why are you doing this? It is then that the poet says that I am a poet. I am what the Latin called vates, and I am going to immortalize you, maybe not by etching your name on the strand, but by making you immortal through verse. And this is the year 2021. That poem was written in 1595, and even today we are studying this poem. So in a way we can say that the lady love has been successfully made immortal. So now let us go into an analysis, a line by line analysis of the poem. The first line is, one day I wrote her name upon the strand, and the waves came and washed it away. One day I wrote her name upon the strand, but came the waves and washed it away. So he etched the name on the strand, but the waves came and wiped it all off. Again I wrote it with a second hand. That means I'm trying again. For the second time, I wrote your name upon the strand, but what was the outcome? But came the tide and made my pains his prey. But came the tide and made my pains his prey. That means the waves are being looked at as a predator, preying upon the poet's feelings. যেন মনে হচ্ছে সমুদ্র একটা পশু, একটা carnivorous animal who is feeding on another animal, just as if a lion preys on an impala. Similarly, the sea is preying on the poet's feelings. So, but came the tide and made my pains his prey. Now, it is at this point of time that we hear the voice of the beloved. Vain man, said she, that doest in vain essay. That means She is very frustrated. She's saying that, why are you doing this? Why are you trying to etch my name on the sea beach for obvious reasons, that the waves are going to come and wash it away? This is very obvious. So why are you doing this? It's vain. A mortal thing so to immortalize. Why are you trying to immortalize me? I'm mortal. Everyone's mortal, everyone's temporal, and the waves of time will destroy everyone and everything. So why are you trying to make me immortal? I'm, after all, very mortal and very temporal, not perpetual, not eternal. For I myself shall like to this decay. So even I am going to decay. So do not try this. Do not try this futile attempt of making me immortal. And eke my name be wiped out likewise. What do we mean by eke? Eke means also. So my name will also be wiped out. So don't try this. Not so could I. So now you see that the poet comes back with a vengeance. And the poet, there's a stress in the voice. He's saying, not so. Na, ami hote debo na. Sorry, the video got interrupted because of a phone call. But let us carry on. Let's return. Now we see that the poet has a stress in his voice and he's saying, not so. Na, I will make you immortal. So we can see this, the passion in his love. He wants to immortalize his epitome of magnanimity, that is his beloved. He wants to make the beloved immortal. যুগ যুগ ধরে তোমাকে লোকেরা চিনবে জানবে এই কবিতাটার মাধ্যম দিয়ে। আর কতটা সফল দেখো, আজকেও আমরা পড়ছি। Not so could I, let baser thing devise. যে তুচ্ছ জিনিস হয়তো মুচড়ে দুমড়ে ভেঙে যাবে, ধ্বংস হয়ে যাবে, কিন্তু তুমি তুচ্ছ নয়, তোমাকে অমর করে রাখো। To die in dust, but you shall live by fame. But the conjunction appears. And you shall live by fame. You are not a fragile dust that is going to be blown by the diktats of time. But you, my love, are going to be immortalized. People are going to learn about you through centuries and centuries. My verse, your virtues shall eternize. My verse, amar kobita, your virtues, tomar gun, shall eternize. Amoratto labh koriye debo amar kobitar দ্বারা. Where when as death shall all the world subdue, যখন মৃত্যু পুরো দুনিয়াকে তার কম্বলের মধ্যে জড়িয়ে রাখবে, যখন মৃত্যু সবাইকে গ্রাস করবে, এখন যেরকম হচ্ছে মহামারীর জন্য সবাই মৃত্যুর কোলে চলে যাচ্ছে, সেরকম করি our love shall live and later life renew. আমাদের দুজনের সম্পর্ক কিন্তু চিরজীবন, চিরন্তন। Our love shall live and later life renew. And in every age, this love is going to renew itself. What a marvelous poem this was. So if you have any questions, you can put it in the comment box, or you can directly ask me. For those of you who have my mobile number, you can directly ask me if you have any further questions.